because this lifestyle specifically gets so fast paced, and everywhere you will end up going, that's the number one thing to socialize. Take a shot, take a shot,
Yeah,
take a
man.
shot.
How long has it been, or do you count months, days, or anything like that?
Yeah, I usually count like months, days.
Are you on or off right now?
I'm off.
Really? How long has it been?
It's been like
Big Boy's
Big
Neighborhood,
Boy.
beautiful day in the neighborhood, man.
Yeah,
Welcome
man.
back to the neighborhood.
Welcome
Polo
back.
G, welcome back to the neighborhood, brother.
thanks for having me.
How you been, bro?
All good. Chilling.
I can tell, man. Are you ready to do this all over again? As far as like, man, back out there, 1,000,000,000%.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
What was the not the hiatus, but even just between albums, man? What was going on between albums? Was it personal growth, spiritual growth, entertainment, musical growth? What was going on between the albums? It's been like 3 years since we sat down as well.
Mm-hmm.
What goes on during the 3 years?
It was all of those things that you mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I felt like throughout this process of time and me putting my album out, I feel like I transitioned from a boy to a man for real.
Yeah, man.
Like I went through a lot of experiences that had to mature me in a short amount of time.
Hey, man, is it different? And I don't know what you can compare it to, but is it different learning and being so public as well? Because sometimes when you go through certain things, man, you can kind of disappear. And you can disappear to a capacity, but not as Polo G. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when you go to kind of either work on you or you kind of learning, is it a little bit more difficult going through bumps and bruises or even just learning life when you're on so many radars?
Yeah, it's hard sometimes. Feel like people watching you with a microscope.
Yeah, man.
And you know, like one of the best things to do when you going through certain things is to isolate yourself, or you know, and it's harder for a person like me to do that with so many people who wanna depend on me or whatever the case may be.
And it's different, man, because just from a standpoint of somebody that's on the outside looking in, that's part of the fan base. You know what I'm saying? But then it's crazy because there's probably a lot of people that depend on you to get up. You know what I'm saying? Like even on my end, man, like I get up and I know that I have a staff. I know that I have a family and I got to get up to take care of them. And I'm pretty sure you're in the same position where not only do you have to take care of you, and sometimes you probably may not even put you first because you got to take care of so many others.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The process of making the newest album as well, man, is Hood Poet.
Yeah.
What does that mean to you?
Hood Poet. It's an acronym broke down. It stands for He Overcame Obstacles During Pain or Emotional Trauma.
Ooh.
Damn. Hey, man, when you say that, you could see or you could feel the growth. Is it harder to be in the business? Was there any time, man, when you said like, you know, because you want it, but then when you figure out what the sacrifices are and sometimes how hard something is once you get in it, did you ever think about like it either wasn't worth it, or did you ever think about stepping away from it?
I definitely had a thought about stepping away. Like the music business could be so stressful, especially when you're an introverted person like me. You're not really that social. You got issues with anxiety. So it's hard to always accept the spotlight, you know, with knowing, like how we were saying earlier, everybody just watching you. Sometimes that's a weird feeling.
Hey, man, did they turn up the more popular you got? Like you started to realize even more things?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, my daughter goes through it. You know what I'm saying? And it's easy I remember when she first started having like, you know, we started to realize she had anxiety issues. As a dad or just as a person, you think like, oh, you know, don't think about it that much or just push through it, you know? And it's not that simple. And people think that they want what you have. People think they want the watch, they want the album sales, they want the tour, and I know that you're more than thankful for it, but sometimes that doesn't mean everything to you when you feel like, man, I can't get out of what I'm feeling right now.
It's a real mental battle, like a lot of times with a lot of people, and it's always gonna be hard to shake those Them
Yeah.
like gonna be the hardest fights you gonna have to fight.
Have you done any like therapy or anything?
Um,
Because you are recognizing. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That's the first steps too.
I just been really trying to find a good
Therapist,
therapist.
yeah.
Yeah, cause I done talked to people here and there, and I didn't really feel it.
Do you feel like even with the album, man, is the album more personal to you? You know how people say, man, I can put it in writing. I could tell you like that better than I could just tell you by sitting down.
Yeah, for sure. That's definitely it's hard for me to explain like how I feel a lot of times if I ain't rapping doing it,
Right.
you know.
Hey, man, is it hard for you to do interviews?
No, not for real. I feel like I'm pretty smart.
Right.
I just know sometimes it's a character thing where people want me to be a little bit more enthusiastic or something. But it's like my personality ain't even like that.
Hey,
I'm
man,
a laid back dude.
your voice even dropped even more when you were doing it. You're like, people want me to be hype, but I'm not. Hey, man, what is Barely Holding On lyrically? Putting that together as a song, because as we're sitting down right now, there's only like 4 songs that's available. You know what I'm saying on Hood Poet. What does that mean to you? With even not just the lyrical content, but Barely Holding On as a complete song.
I feel like overall it let everybody know that like we all going through some things, and and everybody got they moments where they feel like they barely holding on. Like in any type of life experience, I feel like that happens. So that was like my main point, and for the people who feeling like that at the moment.
And with it being almost like a 3-year hiatus that we were talking about, when did you know that it was time for you to not just get back into the studio, but you had to start making music? At any point, did you feel like you writer's block, or you lost something, or even with the success of a great catalog, did you start to compare Polo G to Polo G? Like, man, I've had this success. Is there a pressure to that now?
I feel like earlier on, like stemming right off of those accomplishments and everything, it was a lot of pressure. But over time, like I was able to handle it better and just coming up with a different mindset. You know, like you accomplish something so big, and then you start to think about the numbers when when naturally that wasn't you.
Right.
So then it's like sometimes I feel like sometimes the numbers game and all the fame and stuff can't get into your head.
Yeah. And with now, do you think a little bit more when you go to do an album? Do you know how to get out of your own way?
Yeah, the best thing to do is, like I was saying earlier, isolate yourself, make sure you're not on the internet so much, because that's where a lot of the opinions is.
Yeah.
And people like really never really know what they want, especially in music. Like they could complain that an artist sound the same, and then the moment he switch it up, they gonna tell him go back to his old style.
Yeah, man.
It's real complex with those opinions.
We see that all the time, man, with somebody, even with Ye. People still say, I miss the old Kanye. And we're like, dude, what does that really mean? I think everybody just says that. And it's crazy because when you try to push either your artistic boundaries, people do try to put you in the box. You know what I'm saying? And also, man, not even with our genre, just with what's going on in time. You could literally drop an album. Like Hood Poet could come out, and in 3-4 months, somebody probably gonna ask you, when is the new album coming?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Do you look at social media?
Yeah, sometimes I do. I was more wrapped up into it like younger, when I was like 22. Like that's like the main thing I did all day, every day. But like getting older and just locking more in with my family and being around the crib and stuff, that's like one of the last things that's on my mind.
How young are you now?
I'm 25.
That's crazy. Hey, man, and that's like a young 25, but there's a lot of years in that 25. Like, you're not like the average 25-year-old. You know what I'm saying? Are you still happy in music? Is there a difference between music and the music business?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's definitely a difference. The music business, I feel like it really speak for itself. It's the business. Business always
Yeah,
gonna
man.
be stressful.
Yeah.
But like creating music and just getting certain things off your chest always gonna be a great feeling, especially when you come out with something that you like.
Right.
You know, for a lot of people who end up being rap artists, it's like the only thing we knew how to do right, we felt like at one point in time. So
How long did it take to do Hood Poet? Is this something that was a project for years anyway, or was it something that you kind of locked in?
I actually locked in on the album like right after I dropped my Hall of Fame album. So my album probably dropped in June. I started making my next album in July.
What so-called took so long?
Just going through a lot of personal
Yeah.
experiences that was derailing me at important times where I should have been really making a move though. So, but it's all a learning experience.
Hell yeah, it is, man. And it's crazy that you did get a chance to actually learn from it. And then when you go in and you do an album like Hood Poet, bro, and I did ask you, do you kind of, do you know how to get out of the way and just let the music be the music and know how to stay out of it? Because sometimes, man, we think we got to keep up with the Joneses. You know, you listen to something, you see somebody else taking off, people will try to jump on the sound, whatever it may be. Were you listening and seeing what was going on and checking the temperature of what the game was like? Or were you that isolated where you just knew you wanted to do something that Polo G wanted?
Something that Polo G wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Feel like I'm too, like, not to toot my own horn, but I feel like I'm too unique of an artist to try to sound like anybody.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like my style is one of a kind. People coming to me for a reason, for a specific reason. So I wouldn't ever want to change that.
Yeah, and don't abandon anything.
Yeah.
You know, you spoke on sobriety. You know, what does that mean?
Sobriety.
Yeah, like for you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh, for me, it mean like a lot of times I just take breaks off drinking. I ain't gonna say I just completely get.
Yeah, you ain't got no alcohol anonymous coin where you're like, man, I'm 5 years in. So
No.
you just know like to kind of pull back away from it.
Yeah, just because this lifestyle specifically gets so fast paced. And everywhere you will end up going, that's the number one thing to socialize. Take a shot, take a shot,
Yeah,
take a
man.
shot.
In celebration,
Yeah.
in downfall, everything, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because it's always there and it's calling you. Did you find yourself thinking that, not that you had a problem, but you knew that you probably had to like, man, I need to slow down a little bit. I'm connecting this with other things.
That's what it was for real. Like, cause I'm not a person that like if I see something that's going wrong, I'ma fix it. I'm not gonna keep on running with the same thing that's messing me over, you know.
Hey man, you know what I love how you say I take breaks from it. So that gives you, if you're in the club where people can be like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How long has it been, or do you count months, days, or anything like that?
Yeah, I usually count like months, days.
Are you on or off right now?
I'm off.
Really? How long has it been?
It's been like 40 days.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you make a lot of music off, or do you have to create like a certain vibe for yourself?
Oh, I make a lot of music. I can't make no song while I'm drinking.
Right?
I can't make no song while I'm drinking. I feel like my words would be slurred. I don't know what I'm saying.
What's the studio must haves? Like what's studio vibes for you though?
My studio session gotta have a small amount of people, not too many people in there. I don't want nobody smoking weed.
Do you smoke?
No.
Damn.
I don't want nobody smoking weed in my session, and then the AC gotta be off, so it's gonna be real hot in the room.
And that's the way you record?
Yeah, I keep the room hot so I don't never like feel sleepy or nothing. Like it keep me up.
Damn.
But it worked for you though.
Yeah.
Hey man,
I wonder he walked in here and it was cold.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
cold in here.
As soon as he was like, "Man, y'all work like this?" Like, and how long you been doing this? Yeah. Hey man, but also man, like shit, you from Windy City too, so you know what I'm saying? Like you
that's why I left. It's too cold.
yeah, you definitely don't want to be cold, bro. So vibe is no air conditioning, no smoking, limited people. You don't hang with a lot of people.
No, not for real. Like I see my friends occasionally, but I ain't no entourage type guy. I like being by myself.
Yeah. How do you create? Do you create by yourself? Are you more at the house? Do you drive? Do you know how to turn it on when you get to the studio, or you gotta record when you feel it?
A lot of those things, a lot of different ways I approach music. I feel like it ain't no specific formula or
Right.
way every time, because it is more so a feeling thing. So I might come up with a song a totally different way than I just did the previous day.
You probably got producers that don't want to work with you because be all hot in the studio and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, or people that want to hang, be like, no, man, he just have it too hot. Are you familiar with an artist by the name of Aretha Franklin?
Yeah.
Hey, sometimes you gotta ask. Well, I don't want to assume nothing, but yeah, she would record TV shows, everything, and it was a no air conditioning clause in her contract, bro.
What the hell? Why?
Even if if she did like a venue, the backstage, all that shit, like it would just be hot.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man. So you on some Aretha Franklin type of stuff. You on some legendary respect type of stuff, man. Believe that. Hey, man. Now, was the album Hood Poet was it supposed to drop before what we see as the release date now?
Yeah, it was originally supposed to drop in August of 2022. So
what held that back? Life, material.
Yeah, it was a lot of personal things going on in my life, and just really getting a better understanding of the business too.
Mm-hmm. And then 2022, man, we were still kind of caught up in a little bit of a different world too, man. Did the pandemic do anything to you? Not being able to so-called get out, no tours, it made us all kind of sit down.
It didn't affect me in a negative way because I had a lot of stuff going on at the time, and I probably was one of the only artists doing bookings like freely and stuff.
Just out there,
yeah,
with a mask on, getting your fans sick and shit. This dude,
Wow.
The stuff that we're here on the album, what we've heard so far, is that some of the same material from 2022, or did you have to go back in and redo stuff?
It's a mix of everything. Like really the last 3 years, but I got a large bulk of the album done in 2022.
Oh, really though? It was, and 2022 was just different. Is that why you feel like the headspace of what you was going through, as far as personally, and just where the world was at? Why the album probably sound like there's a different feel, and not a different feel as in a bad way, and not even growth. Like the other stuff wasn't grown. But there is just from the things that but you always kind of tapped in anyway. So it's hard for me to say that this is like extremely different personal, because you always tapped in and you always knew how, from what I understood, you always knew how to use your voice as an instrument. And there's a cadence that I'm glad that you didn't get away from, because I can hear you, Polo, and I know that it's you. You know what I'm saying? So with what was going on in 2022, when you do an album, is it more somber and quiet for you because the world is quiet?
Like you saying, do I feel pressure?
Yeah, no, just is it, what I'm trying to ask is it like, did the album feel a little bit darker because the world was darker? Did it feel a little more personal because the world, we was personally, looking within ourselves as well?
It's on a darker note, mainly because like what I was going through personally. And really, I had intentions on making it that way, because that's what I came up off of, making a heartfelt pain music with my first album, like Die Legend. So my whole purpose for this album was to connect back to my roots, like the way I started out.
Is it harder to make albums now?
Yeah, I'll say that, but it's really just an inspiration thing, like finding inspiration. It's harder to find inspiration deeper into your career when you accomplish so much, did so much. It's like, what should I do now? Even when deep down in your heart you want to outdo your last accomplishments, but you still got to find that drive that's going to help you to do that.
How do you tap into it though?
I really just like I know one thing I do, for instance, like I just go to the Chi, go to Chicago. Being back home inspired me a lot, so I be back in that zone. Like it's a lot of different things that I try to do to just shake like any type of writer's block or.
And what you still got family out there?
Yeah, I got a lot of family.
So it's easier for you to just go and just kind of like get out of the. And I can't even say the scene because I don't go out as much, but I don't see you anywhere. You know what I'm saying? I think I saw you at like a Rams game or Rams or Chargers game, and we were invited to that. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you get a chance to go out, or are you more of a homebody?
Oh, I like being at home for sure. I really don't like going out. For me is something that my friends had to convince me, like, man, we tired of staying in the house, or we tired of doing this. Like, let's pop out and I just be with it. But normally, like on my own agenda, I ain't going nowhere.
Are you boring?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I say that.
I remember my wife when she's my wife now, but I remember when I first got with my wife, she told me, she said, "Yeah, you guys are boring." But I created that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want that. Like, I can go out and I can turn up and the party, like, you're the party. Mm-hmm. So with you being the party, you don't want to be like that all the time. You know, you want to get at home. What was the last movie that you watched? Are you a Netflix? Prime?
What's crazy, I watched a lot of movies for the first time this year, which was Fast and Furious.
Yep.
Watched that for the first time. And Bad Boys, I watched that for the first time.
Do you watch documentaries? Or any of the like First 48 or any of those shows?
No, I don't
like man. That stuff. Oh, you don't do it? Yeah. Don't start, bro. Yeah, dude. Are you more comedy or drama when you do sit and watch something?
I like comedy the most. I still turn on Boondocks later at night.
Hey, man, if you weren't doing this, and I know it sounds like such a cliche, if you weren't Polo G, the artist, what do you think you would be doing right now?
I can't really call it because I was a kid before I figured this rap stuff out. I was a kid that wanted to do everything.
Yeah.
Like, I want to box. I go to school and learn how to work in like selling product or whatever the case may be.
Threw everything up against the wall.
Yeah, like I do a lot. I really tried to major in broadcast and journalism in college because I want to be like a sports commentator.
I would love to see that. I would love to see you doing the Olympics.
Oh, that'd be great.
Can you imagine that? Have you been watching Snoop on there?
No, but I ain't see him. But I've been seeing the memes and stuff.
Dude, I would love to see him doing like cycling, like, yeah, she coming down now. She taking that turn. Look at her.
That would be Polo?
Yep, she's in the lead. Look, the crowd is excited. Back to you, dog. I would have loved to see you do some journalism, man. Had you always been around music? Did you know that like early on?
Yeah, since I was a little kid, like I always been real attached to music.
Mm-hmm.
I say, my pops told me that my mama used to play put the headphones on her belly, and I react a lot. And like just coming up as a child, my family real big on hip hop and just culture in general. Like my pops listened to a lot of neo soul, and I just grew up on hearing a lot of different genres.
Yeah, and I think that helps with what you're doing right now too, though. You know what I'm saying? Early hip hop or any inspiration, not inspirations, or who did you listen to earlier?
Like my first favorite rapper that I could remember was somebody like Ludacris.
Oh, really though?
Yeah.
I'm glad you mentioned that, man, because Ludacris is a hell of a MC too.
Yeah.
And he don't get mentioned when people say like lyricist or what dude has done for the game. And Luda and I had a conversation one time, and I think some people just thought that some of the lyrical comedy stuff that he would have fun with too. You know what I'm saying? That people was like, but Ludacris will burn your ass up. But when did you go from listening to where you say you wanted to do it? How old are you when you first start writing or thinking that you could become, and not even become, but you said I can create?
I first started writing when I was 9 years old.
You remember what you wrote?
Yo, I remember the song line for line.
What's the name of it?
It's called When I Spit.
Give me some When I Spit.
It's like, oh my God. It's like, when I spit, I just keep blazing. Spit, I had a crowd screaming amazing. When I spit, I set the stage on fire. You can step up to the heat if you think I'm a liar. Hold up, run that back. I don't spit, I drew. If you think you can beat me in a battle, boy, you a fool. Just go sit back, relax, and play it like it's all cool. I remember a lot of the words.
Hey, man, let me tell you though, man, that sounds better than a lot of people's shit today. Yeah. And you were 9?
Yeah, I used to. I couldn't wait to bust that rap out. That's why I still remember it to this day. I practiced that rap in my room 20 million times.
Hey, man, and you know what's crazy about that, bro, is like how you do remember it and what that set you up for. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you remember your first studio session or when you felt like something was about to go down? Like, I think I'm getting on. Because there's a lot of, if you're 9, there's a lot of tuition into the school of experience that you probably didn't even realize you were paying. But you were. Yeah, you know, either way, you know, everybody part of a group, everybody changing, you know, spitting each other, you know, spitting rhymes at each other. All that is adding up to what you do today. You know what I'm saying? So did you know that what you were doing then was leading up to what you're doing now?
I mean, looking back at it now, I see all of the signs that I was gonna be on this path, but I really couldn't have never ever predicted like this would be my career path or I always had a love for rap, but that just wasn't really my thing until I got in my later teens. Like I used to want to be a basketball player.
And you said boxing and all that, huh?
Yeah, boxing.
Did you take boxing lessons? Were you in the gym?
Oh, like when I was a kid, I couldn't never do it because my pops and them like, we ain't finna pay for somebody to punch you in the face.
Yeah, you gonna get that for free. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so they never, like the only thing they sponsor was the AAU.
Right, yeah. Oh, so you did play basketball?
Yeah, I played ball.
Yeah, my son, he's on his way to Shanghai and Hong Kong right now. My son get down. Yeah, my son get down, man. And my son, man, he really F with you too. And now he got much taller than both of us too now. So, you know, and then my daughter, she's, you know, her birthday's in September, so I'll be calling you up because you're on her request list. Okay. Yeah, so don't do nothing around September 28th. I'm just going to tell you that right now because I already told her you're going to be there. Yeah, you know. Hey, man, is it different with everybody asking you for something?
Yeah, it's like, I think people just think about themselves a lot. Like I could be having a lot going on, and people still want to hit my line asking about some money or doing this or that for them. Like a lot of times, people don't step outside themselves.
Yeah, man. And you know, it's a trip. People think you got it, and it's crazy. You'll get people that'll probably say, "Man, this is my first time coming to you like this," but you probably done got 10 different requests that day.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Do you vacation or you know how to get away from this?
I take a vacation every year on my birthday.
When's your birthday?
January 6th.
Okay. Oh, Insurrection Day. Jesus Christ. Where did you go this year?
I went to the Bahamas.
Do you go by yourself?
I bring a large group of people.
Oh, okay.
Damn, lucky.
I was just wondering. That's crazy. Probably people he like. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. So, and where else do you like to travel to?
I done, like you saying.
You ever been to Turks?
Yeah, I went there the birthday before this one.
Oh, you treat yourself, huh?
Yeah.
Man, we should really turn up with you next year, huh?
Yeah, man, his birthday, what's up?
Hell yeah, man. How many people go out with you?
It usually be like probably like 12.
You paying for everybody?
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate that kind of shit.
Get on the jet.
You should tell them next time, like, man, why don't y'all get me?
Ooh.
You know how usually when it's like your birthday, everybody else got to chip in for you? Have them chip in, but not next year because I'm going to go with you next year.
The year after.
Yeah, do it the year after. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, there's just sometimes when you'll see certain people, right? And you can't imagine them doing certain things. Like I can see you on stage. You know what I'm saying? I can watch a video, which you do great videos as well. But do you cook?
That's what you led that up to.
You know, because you don't think about it. Like I remember one time, bro, real shit. I was in Hawaii and I saw Ice Cube, right? And I literally was like, man, I'm gonna wait here to see if this motherfucker swim. Because nobody ain't ever seen Ice Cube swim.
Yeah, that's true.
So literally, bro, I'm at the hotel like, you know, because and he did that Triple X movie. You know what I'm saying? I think he was swimming in that. Yeah. But yeah, there's just some things that you wonder, like, man, like, do you cook?
No, I don't cook. The most what I know how to make is a peanut butter jelly sandwich.
You're not gonna starve though.
Nope.
What do you eat sushi?
I don't really like it.
What's your meal?
My favorite go-to meal?
Yeah.
I really like soul food. Yeah, all the sides, fried chicken. You know?
Yeah, I'm more of a sides person too, bro.
Yeah.
Right. Do you skateboard?
Uh-uh.
You ride a bike?
Nope. I need to get one.
Right. Ain't no need to now. They all electric and everything. Mm-hmm. Can you fix a car? Anybody else got anything?
Ooh. No, I can't fix a car.
Why your cars don't have them kind of engines in it, huh?
I just never.
You done changed. I remember early on, man. My first interview, you was like, "Yeah, I just wanted to be a mechanic." Remember you?
Man, I ain't never said.
You're like, "Man, I just want to get my hands dirty, man. You know, just get motor oil." That's how you say. You said motor oil under my fingertips, man. You remember that?
No.
You know how to braid hair?
No.
Load of laundry?
Yeah. Do you do your own laundry?
No, I ain't did no laundry in like 3-4 years.
What, you just buy new clothes?
A lot often.
Who washes your clothes then?
Sometimes my pops will do it. My pops really the only person in the house that wash.
Really though? Did I meet your pops at the crib that time?
Yep.
Yeah, man. Mm-hmm. That was crazy. 'Cause I remember he said, "Hey, man, you got stains all on your shirt, bro." He was like, "Man, bring this dude some of this gear, man." Not because Jaden really wanted gear. Remember, cool. you blessed us to go to the house, and he gave us some gear. And I think your sis was there. I think your sister or somebody was there, and they blessed us with some of the gear. And then when we was like, "Man, thank you," I remember whoever it was, I don't know if it was Pops or somebody at the crib, they came out with like one of them credit card squares. Yeah. And I was like, "Oh, I thought that this was," he said for me to pop by, and it was like, "Yeah, but we're going to give you for the wholesale price because we didn't have to house you, just getting it from here." Did you know they did that?
No.
Oh, yeah, man.
The pickup price?
Yeah, they was like, man, they was like, "Hey, man, if your homies don't pay, who will?"
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They're like, "Who will?" And then I was in a position because I was there with my son. And I remember my son, he just looked up at me and he was like, "Dad." And I was like, "All right, son, I get it for you." And I remember it was an orange sweatsuit. And they charged me almost $1,000 for that. Top and bottom, yep. And then when I went to the store and I saw it online, they beat me out of like $800. Yeah, man. Yeah. Man. So if I can get that back when you perform on my daughter's
Let's get it back.
Yeah, birthday party. Do you surf?
No, I don't know how to do that.
Do you, when you go to Turks and Caicos or Bahamas, do you get ocean water?
What'd you say?
Hey, man, I was trying to avoid that. God damn it.
That was a good question, though.
I know, man, but I didn't want to ask because they say we can't anyway.
Wow.
So you go to the Bahamas. Will you get in the water?
It depends. Like I've been getting in the pool more lately, but like I done had like so many houses out here with a pool in it, and I never got in them, like ever.
Damn.
Do you think you can't swim because was it where you grew up? Was there community pools or any pools, or swimming wasn't a thing?
Swimming wasn't really a thing. I don't think so.
Hey, man, I got this thing we do called First Time Ever.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to be on the episode with me, man. We going swimming.
Yeah, I definitely want to learn how
I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you how. You've been in positions where you've had to like really look out for yourself. It was like life or death. This is gonna be one of them things, man. Me and Luke just gonna throw you in that motherfucker.
In the deep end.
Yeah, man. Yeah, just the deep end.
That's how I learned.
Have you ever almost drowned?
No, I'm pretty like cautious in that water.
Yeah, I ain't playing with my life. Yeah. Hey, man, do you ever go to the deep end? Do you do that fake swim where you hold on to the wall?
Yeah.
Yeah, we definitely got to get you going, bro. You know, hey, man, for the album release, you should do a pool party where everybody got to get in the pool.
Oh,
that'd be crazy.
Do you have a pool at your house right now?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I got some time today. I'm gonna come by, man. I'm gonna teach you how to swim. By the time, I can't even say next album.
How dope is that?
Yeah, by the end of the summer, man, I'm gonna have you swimming. I'm gonna have you swimming in less than 2 weeks.
I hope it's that simple.
No, well, I got to get somebody to teach me how first. Then when are you afraid of the water? Can you imagine?
You can't both drown, bro.
And I'm going to tell you, man. Yeah, we both can't drown. And then I want, and God forbid, and I know this sounds morbid, but if God forbid anything happened to me, which everybody in this room going to die anyway. And I said this to Cardi B. I said this to a lot of people. I want my own day. I don't want to die with somebody famous.
Because they only gonna be thinking about them.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I don't want it to be like, oh, rapper Polo G, and then they be like him and his swimming instructor. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then I'm the guy that people don't know. You know what I'm saying? So I want my own day. So, but no, I know how to swim. I teach you how to swim. Would you let me teach you?
Yeah, I'm definitely down to learn.
You're not one of them tense people where you gonna be grabbing on me and get off. Because I'm gonna record it. Because if you get scared and shit, I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna put it out.
I don't even remember the last time I actually attempted to swim. I think I wouldn't be as scared as I was when I was younger, though.
You will be.
Because I could just stand up, right?
Yeah. But
There
people
it
don't
is.
even think that.
That's
You know what I'm
true.
saying? People don't even, I think you'll be more afraid now than when you were younger. I think it's going to be harder. But I'm just telling you the real. You know what I'm saying? When I'm teaching you, I don't want you to say, oh, Unc, you didn't tell me this. It's going to be hard. It's going to be hard, man. Plus, I'm going to have weights on your ankles. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because the weights on your ankles, as soon as I release that, boom, you go to the top. You know what I'm saying? So we'll set it up, man. You got peoples out there
What you mean?
that I could do your calendar with?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll set I'll set it up with your people, man. Now, Hood Poet, man, as we sit here, the album is completely done. The album is, and I could really say now, by the time the album's here. You know what I'm saying? And with collaborations, bro, how do you pick somebody that you know you want to collab with?
I really just go off the vibe of the song. I don't never try to force features or have somebody specific in mind for any of my projects. It is really based off the music that I create and feeling like I'm stepping into somebody else's lane a little bit. So like to get them on it'll be a perfect match.
And feature wise, who you got?
I got Glorilla, Huncho, The Kid Leroy, Dirk, G Herbo, Friday. I'm trying to remember who else. 42 Dub.
Yes, sir.
Offset.
Damn. Are you on there?
Yeah, I'm on that for sure. I got probably like 9 solo tracks, 9 features. Probably.
Oh, okay. So was it if you got like, let's say roughly 18, how many do you record before you get to the 18? And I can look online too and see how many total tracks are on.
So what you
How many do you record before you get to the 8? Do you record 20,
okay,
25?
I get what you saying. A lot of times I'm more like I know when I made a song that could go on my album, and I don't really try to make too many songs.
Gotcha.
With all this time going past, like I was making music for sport a lot of times, like just wanting to get in there and hone my skill though, for real. So
Like, did you know that wasn't gonna be like the song or something public? You were just like, you know how a comedian or somebody, they get in there and it's like, they doing their shit, but they're practicing, but they know like, well, maybe this one isn't it. Did you record some of that where you're like, when you say honing your skill?
yeah, I always have those moments with myself to like, oh no, you got to go hard on this, or this could be better. I talk to myself a lot when it comes to music.
Are you critical on yourself?
Yeah, I'm like a perfectionist. Like any little thing can throw me off. It got to be perfect.
Do release dates and new albums get you nervous?
Since dropping my first album, I always got that same anxiety. Like because it's like rap or music in general is a sport that you do have to wait for everybody to say, is this going or not? Like, and then a lot of that depends on the opinions, though, to be honest. So it's not as easy to say, oh yeah, I don't care what nobody say when this gonna affect your career.
Yeah. How do you know how to turn it off though too? Because it could be 100 great comments and it could be that one. Do you know how not to focus on that one and focus on the 100 great?
Yeah, I definitely. It's something that I have to work on though, cause like how you saying, you see 300 comments.
Well, I said 100, but go ahead. I'm talking about my account. Go ahead.
And you will see all those comments, and then you just pinpoint them. It's almost like you looking for the negative response instead of seeing like, man, everybody can't like this. Like you almost in disbelief behind it.
Then you start scrolling up, and then when you look and you find it, and it's crazy, man, because you know we talk about this all the time in the neighborhood. It could be somebody that'll do something, and you can carry that all day, and they could put up some bullshit and they done with it, and then you can carry it with you all day, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I would even. Do you feel like you're using it less, social media less?
Yeah, I feel like I've been like on a better time schedule with it. Like not.
It's a part of work.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to know how to use it, and especially with new material or anything that's coming up. It's like it's the gift and the curse. You gotta use it, and you gotta know how to use it.
Yeah, because a lot of different social media things or platforms is like all less accounted for now in music, more than they ever been.
Yeah, man. And that's not gonna go away anytime soon, bro.
No.
That's not gonna go. Talk to me about not African American. Talk to me about your movement with Blacks for Trump. How did that start for you?
You said what?
Blacks for Trump. Your movement that you're a part of?
No, I ain't got no movement like that.
You're not doing that anymore?
I never was. I don't know what you're talking about.
The blacks for Trump. Or did you call it African Americans for Trump? Or am I saying it wrong?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I remember at one point you was like, yeah, I'm gonna push the album back because I'm really trying to get Trump back in. And
I had that type of bull.
That wasn't you. Oh, okay. I'm tripping, man. I'm tripping. Before we get you out of here, man, I just want to ask you one thing, man. When it comes to doing a new album, you know what I'm saying, and different sounds, are you open to ever using like either like not reverb, not what's the other shit, auto-tune, but just like, do you use Matter Daddy on any of the album?
What's that?
Do you use Matter Daddy on any of the album though?
Yeah, you trying to get me?
Fuck it then. All right. Well, somebody's all hip. Somebody got their fucking guard up over here.
He is on social media.
Yeah. It's all right, man. If a dog and a pie cost had a race, which one would win?
A dog and a what?
If a dog and a pie cost had a race.
What's a pie cost?
About $10. Now what, Polo G? Yeah, get him out of here, Lou. Yeah. No, man, I want to thank you for coming into the neighborhood, bro.
I appreciate
Believe that, man. I love how sedated you were and how monotone, you know what I'm saying? But no, thank you for coming into the neighborhood, bro. And God willing, we'll do it again. Congratulations, man, on a new project as well. And like I said, every time I seen you, you always been square business with me. You always been square business with my kids, bro. And anytime you want to come and hang with us in the neighborhood, we appreciate it. Please do so. I will see you in the swimming pool. I'll see you next year when we go with you for your birthday. You know what I'm saying? And let's keep our communication open. But you change your number. You change your number on me.
I got the same number.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I had that same number for a while.
Okay, well, let me try it. All righty, we'll see if this interview play or not. You know? All righty, and that's Polo, right? Okay, let me see. All righty, go ahead and call that. Yep. Look at this.
I didn't see anything.
Hello?
Okay, all right. Well, maybe you didn't change. Hey, dude, you're going to see some shit on social media. I take it back. All right. Polo G in the neighborhood, man. Hood Poet is the album. Make sure you guys go check that out, man. Once again, thank you for being in the neighborhood, my brother.
Appreciate it.
Polo G up in here, Big Boy's neighborhood.